Final leg of the trek and just packing up so that we can leave in about an hour's time. There you go, I've just got the tent to put down, but I'm waiting to see whether some of the moisture wicks off it in a little bit. Everybody else is also getting ready, you can see. Yeah, a lot of people. We've got about an hour, a little bit less than an hour. Okay, all packed up. Not a lot more to do, I think, until the start at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to, hey, I don't know how you, good. So I'm going to head on up to the start point there and just double check all my stuff, make sure I've got everything where I want it. And I think I'm going to refill this camera battery. I'm going to put a new battery in because it looks like it's about 25% left, and changing it on the trail is going to be a pain in the neck, so I'll do that too. Okay, that was good timing.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Here we go, guys. Last day. Last part. Okay, so the usual. I'm gonna wait till the herd thins out of it, and then I'm gonna take this back on again and talk to you. Okay, cool. It's a nice morning actually. It's supposed to be really hot today. It's supposed to go up to 24 degrees, which for Denmark is really hot. But the sun, I noticed here, is usually really strong and scorching. So we need to remember to remain hydrated. So to begin with, there's a bit of a climb on this leg or this stretch. And then you go downhill, kind of downhill. There's a bit of a sneaky peak again, a little bit as you start to go down. But then you go downhill. Then I think that's where we meet the water again, and then we go at water level, it looks like, until we get close to Svendborg, and then there's a little bit of a climb, I think, as we get into the camp. Not much, it looks like, I think 25-50 meters, something like that. Look at these guys. Longhorn. Shaggy ones. This area seems to have a lot of rolling hills. You can see some of the guys in the foreground, way in the foreground, or the background. Okay, it's nice, it's hot. Very hot. Don't know what I said, but it's supposed to get up to 25 today. You can see the water from here. Looks a long way away, but we eventually got to get to the water. So the crowd is thinning out. It seems to be the norm on most Fjällräven classics, which makes sense, I suppose. Everybody has a different pace, and though everybody starts at the same time and you get a big crowd starting, then they start to pace themselves out, and you get space between.
Oh, we can cut it if you want to. It's fine.
It's actually quite nice.
Thank you.
Some traditional cake.
Yeah.
From Denmark. What's it called?
Brunsvier. Brunsvier.
Brunsvier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice cake.
Brun is brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, there is no English name for this cat.
Okay. It's really nice.
The same with a little chocolate balls.
Oh, the rum cooker.
Yeah, rum. There is no English
name.
Really, no.
It's very nice. A little lots of sugar. It's nice. We'll see you around. Okay, that was actually pretty nice. It was a nice touch after half an hour to get a little bit of sugar doping. So I think it's a bit quieter and it's a bit shadier, so I have some time to talk and think and talk to you as well. And I think I'd like to revise one of the things that I was saying earlier on in the trip. I think I mentioned something about maybe not being as organized as the Classic in Germany and Sweden, and maybe not the same level of friendliness, but I think I'd like to revise that now, because I've noticed that as time wore on, that the staff all got far more friendly, far more interactive, talked to you a lot more. There were a lot of people actually just getting more relaxed, I think. And considering the number of locals, the Danish locals who are on this trip, I think that's natural also to have that ambience, because Danes are by nature, if I look at my work colleagues, they're by nature a little more reserved, and it takes them a little time to actually get up and running. So I think that kind of fits in with the rest of just the general way that they are. And once they get to know you, and once you are in as a known person, they're much more friendlier, and I've seen that here, and the organization has been really good. I wasn't quite sure because at the beginning, because it just felt a little bit different, I suppose, but the organization has been fantastic, given also the restraints and the restrictions and constraints they've had to cater for, to do with the dry heat and the forest fire restrictions and everything that they've implemented, obviously at not very long notice, because this happened a few weeks ago, that all the stuff with the dryness and the extreme heat came up. But they managed to handle that really well. And all the organization of the entertainment and looking after the people, and how the camps are laid out, and the food and what's available and the information, fantastic. So I'd say I'm back up to my original expectations having been met as far as the Fjällräven trek is concerned. There is a sense of community here, there is a sense of camaraderie, there's a sense of you're part of the Fjällräven family, and that's really part of why I come for these, is because of that ability to socialize with different people from different countries and different ways of thinking, and all who have kind of got together because they had this in common. So well done, Fjällräven, again. And I've loved this hike so far, every minute of it. Let's see whether I make it to the end. It's the last day. I think the dehydration is the thing which I'm worried about, but so far so good. Leading up to 1 hour after we started, I had a bit of a break back there where I saw some trees, because I think there's not a lot of shade around, so I thought, okay, it's 1 hour gone. I'll stop, have my ibuprofen, since I forgot that in the morning, and could feel my back and my knee a bit, so took that. Had a bit of a 15-minute break, I'd say, and now back off again. So I think we're probably nearing the 55-kilometer mark, so that's probably about 4.5 kilometers since we started, and I think it should be starting to go downhill from here, and then we kind of level out a bit, and then as we get into Svendborg, it's a little bit further down, and then up again as we get to the first checkpoint, I think. So I notice it's these downhills that really do my knee just over there. So I have a feeling, since there's a lot of this which is downhill now, I have a feeling I might be a little bit slower than the rest of the fit people heading downhill, because I can feel it tugging on the bottom of my knee when I have any impact there or when I lift it up. So I'll take it a little bit easy and slow. Yeah, and here's the 55. Okay, it was just literally 2 minutes after I said we should be coming up to the 55. More wheat. Although I noticed that the wheat fields are actually getting less and less the closer we get to the finish in Svendborg. So, but nevertheless, more wheat. More rolling Danish hills and wheat. Take it back. There are a few more wheat fields left. Okay. I stopped for a bit there. I seem to be taking a lot more stops today than yesterday. Maybe because it's the last day. So I got a bit distracted back there at the 60 kilometer mark and I forgot to put the mic on. But what I was saying was 60 kilometer mark, got about another 6 or 7 kilometers to go to the checkpoint. Then we can take a bit of a bigger break. So sorry about the sound there. And here we go. So heading towards the 65 kilometer marker. It's a bit more to go still. There's about 45 minutes, I'd say. Walking through a nice shady forest, which is very welcome. Although I've got to say, today hasn't been too bad. Even though it's sunny, the wind is blowing a bit. There's a bit of a breeze, which is quite nice. We're on this path now through a forest, which is obviously not just for us. And it's quite a nice, cool breeze here, and it's quiet generally. So it's a nice, relaxing walk. I've noticed today, probably because I know the last leg is only like 9 or 10 kilometers, that I'm stopping a lot more frequently and resting a lot more, also because I think over 2 days I'm just exhausted. I haven't also been getting a lot of sleep. I need to review my sleeping setup. So I've been getting something like 3 hours, also because of the light, and light comes in through the tent, but I don't like eye masks. So I've been falling asleep finally around 12 midnight, I think. Waking up around 3:30 for the birds, which you can hear in the background, I think. So yeah, let's see, do I turn here? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to turn you guys off and head on and then catch up with you later on if I see something interesting or we pass something which I think is useful for you guys to know. In the meantime, that's where I'm headed. It's actually a nice little forest, lots of side paths. Passed a few trail runners as well just now. I like the canopy. Keeps the sun off in most places. And the path is quite even too, so a little welcome respite for sure. There are some beautiful forests around here. I did learn something the other day, which I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I think I can't remember where I read it now. I need to look it up later. But I understood that most of the forests in Denmark are actually fairly new forests. They're not really old, ancient forests. And the reason for this is because in the Middle Ages or the Golden Age, when shipbuilding was a thing, they cut down most of the forests to build ships. So there weren't a lot of forests left in Denmark, and later on they started replanting to grow the wildlife and the forest back again. So I understood that most of these are new forests, and there's a few ancient forests, but not very many. If you guys are Danish and you know whether this is true or you have some more facts on this, please comment down in the comments and tell us some more. Oh, looks like we're hitting the coastline, guys. So we should be coming reasonably close to the first checkpoint, and I see a place to sit there. If there's a place in the shade, I might just have another break before we get to the checkpoint, because the checkpoint's going to be crowded, eventually crowded. And there is a place to sit in the shade, so I'm going to have a little bit of a break there by that bench, and then have a look around and then head to the checkpoint. So So the checkpoint is definitely not far down that direction, but I thought I'd have a little bit of a sit and take a look at that. It's a nice view here. Sounds nice with the waves just lapping on the shore as well. Here come some more travelers. A few people have passed me now and they've said it's kind of 1 kilometer to checkpoint, so they're continuing to the checkpoint. As I said, I like it here. It's shady, there's not very many people, it's quiet, so I think I'll rest here, and probably what I'll do is I'll head to the checkpoint, check in, and then just do 5-10 minutes and then head back out again, because this is actually nice and it's not going to be that crowded here either. I like to socialize, but sometimes I just like the peace as well. Ooh, look at that. So it's about 1 kilometer more until the checkpoint, and then I didn't stay as long as I thought I would over there, so I think I'll hunker down at the checkpoint maybe for 10-15 minutes, maybe just grab a bite and then make my way further. It's about another 9 or 10 kilometers after that, so it's a couple of hours worth of walking after that, and I'll break it up as well so that I kind of take it slow and rest as well every half an hour or so, because there's no point rushing. Okay, steps. Whoa. Some of these little alleyways here towards the first checkpoint are a little difficult. Sometimes you wonder whether you're in the middle of somebody's backyard or something. But I saw the ribbon. This is the way. You see there's like lots of beach houses here. And obviously these cordoned off areas obviously belong to somebody as well. Nice. So there's a lot of private property, it looks like, but we are going through a path or the official trail between them. Interesting. I sometimes wonder, and then I see the blue ribbon and I'm like, okay, it's fine, I'm not going through somebody's back garden. This last part, I guess, is along the street for quite a while, since I think we come to a place where the checkpoint is right by the bridge. I don't know whether you can see that there, like near the bridge. I don't think we're on the other side of the bridge yet, but somewhere close to that. So while we're walking this last stretch to the checkpoint, I thought a few things that I learned talking to people and just having a little bit of a socializing around. This is apparently the 8th Fjällräven Classic in Denmark that's taken place, and there's a few people who have actually done all 8. I was talking to one gentleman who's been doing it the full 8 years and does it as kind of a tradition with his brother. So that's nice that it's also used to bring people together, but 8 years is quite a long time. Almost, I think this must have been the one they started after Sweden, when they started opening up internationally. So that's quite cool. I see we are coming up to the 65 kilometer Fjällraven sign, which means the camp is just around the corner. And away we go. There's some nice pretty little houses down this street actually. I think they're, well, could be a holiday area, could be just houses, I'm not sure. There's the checkpoint, there's my card. Get the final checkpoint stamp in. Here we go. Hi. Here you go. 580. It's group 4, I think.
Yeah. I got you over here. 580. Here.
And there's the last stamp from the checkpoints.
Yes,
and then the
sir.
final.
Next, it's final.
That's about 9-10 kilometers, isn't it?
6.2.
6.2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
That's good here. Yeah. So there's the bridge, and yeah, there's some water here, and my feet, I thought, needed a little bit of a refresher. So I've dipped them in here, and the stones actually are very therapeutic. Feels good. It's cold, but it feels good. Whew, I think I'll go up there now and dry them off, and then I can put my socks back on. I think it's about another 6.8 or something, the gentleman said, to the finish line, so I probably will slowly start to get off so I don't have to rush there. So the last leg of the Fjällräven Denmark Classic, I just started off, stopped a bit, had some lunch, rested my feet, got them into the water a bit. They feel much better now. There's about, I think at the checkpoint, if I remember right, they said 6.8 kilometers. When I looked at the map and the distances, it looked more closer to 8 or 9, but I'm happy with 6.8. So let's carry on. I'm not going to rush through this either, though, even if it's only that much, because I'm going to rest if I need to rest or stop and see stuff. There's no reason to rush through. So on we go, walking through this neighborhood here as we come out of the checkpoint and continue walking down past Svendborg. We are in Svendborg, I think, now at the moment, but it brought to me something that one of the guys said who I met on the trail. He's a gentleman from UK named Harun. Hi Harun, if you're watching. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. He mentioned that he actually found it quite nice and interesting how the scenery and the environment changed, even going through the residential areas. He said it was nice. And I suppose that's one thing I haven't actually stopped to consider, is that for people who haven't been to Denmark or in any place similar, it's actually quite nice also to walk through some of these nice little residential areas, which are quite pretty and have some character in themselves. So that's interesting perspective, which I hadn't thought about before, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. Walking through Svendborg, the signs or the little ribbons which we follow are actually quite useful, otherwise we probably would have gotten a little lost here. It's a nice little city though, very beach vacation vibe type of city. Also people already chilling with their little beach vacations or their vacation time, because it's already July, so okay, let's see. I need to keep my eye out for a blue ribbon. So the last, I believe, maybe 3 kilometers, we've walked through Svendborg, and now we're walking along the coastline. Or the peninsula line. Actually, I think that's an island on that side. Walking along the coastline towards the finish. You can see way off in the distance the neon color orange Fjällräven safety tags. So I think we're somewhere down there is the finish, I think. But it's not that far anymore. So, and I've rested just 2 minutes back for about 10 minutes. Just took the backpack off, rested my shoulders a bit, and on we go, and fingers crossed there soon. Okay, so we are, I think, less than a kilometer or about a kilometer away, walking through some park, I believe. This must be Bjørnmoser. Excuse the pronunciation. So, some people behind me, I believe, and I just saw a bunch of people just kind of ahead of me as well, so not too much further to go. Okay, so I believe I can hear the music between the cars. I don't know whether you can hear that. Probably not, it's very faint. But I think very last stretch, and that's of course downhill. So I'm going to take this a bit slow. I'm going to put you away, and then I'm going to take you out as we get into camp. Don't know whether you can see that through the trees. There's like a huge mansion there. That might be the place near where we're staying, I guess. Yeah, I see some people walking on the road at the bottom there towards there. Okay, so a little bit more. It's not as close as I thought it was. I tell a lie. Maybe it is as close as I thought it was. There's the Fjällräven Denmark sign. So I guess we can't be that far from the finish. And main road to cross. Yes. Here we go. Classic Denmark. So it looks like I did make it. And guys, hold on till the end because I'm gonna film a summary at some point in time between now and tomorrow, either tonight or later on today or on the train tomorrow. But I'm gonna put that in this video, just a summary of my thoughts and experiences, etc. So hold on and please do watch that. And thanks for joining all the way through at the moment. And of course, hold on for when I get through the finish. Important one. There's the blue ribbon at the gates, so I guess we go through the gates and follow the path up. I think this is a manor of some type. Oh, and I see over there the Fjällräven teepees for the welcome. It's quite a nice place to have this, actually. It'll be nice to get in there, put the backpack down, have some thing to drink, cold, and just chill before setting up the tent for tonight. Okay, let's see. I see more flags over there on the far side of the house. I suppose we need to go on the side of the house and around. So here we go. The final few meters. And there it is. There's the traditional Fjällräven welcome at the end. It's a good feeling to get this far and have it. It's nice to have a cheering squad in there. Hey. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, thanks. Okay.
Let's go!
Hey, more and more people are coming in at the moment, one by one. This is the welcome area. Hey, yeah. So I'm gonna leave my bag, picked up my bag, which I left to transport here. I'm gonna leave it in the tent and then I'm gonna come back and have a little bit of a drink and something to eat. Here comes some more people. So I'm going to go and leave my bag and then this bag. Then I'm going to go and change into something fresh and come back up here, get something to drink, get something to eat, socialize a bit and relax my feet. Okay, made it. This is one thing that I keep forgetting to do, which is to take a picture of myself in front of the finish. That's one thing I haven't gotten from any of the Fjällrävens. They got a nice entrance to the finale though. They've done it really well. One thing that's worth mentioning is there's loads of kids and young kids also on this Fjällräven trek. I think the youngest was 7 months and it's quite impressive to see the parents handling the kids that young and bringing them along, and the kids themselves. And Fjällräven actually were really good when they were giving out the raffle prizes. They just gave something to all the kids for participating, which I think was really, really good. But this is the evening of the day of finishing, the last day of finishing, should I say. It's nice. It's a nice atmosphere. They've done a really good job. So Fjällräven, I think, have done a really good job organizing this and setting it up, and the atmosphere in the evening, and the party vibe, and just community friendly, social type of thing. It's really nice. I made a lot of friends with a lot of you guys, and I appreciate you guys coming up and saying hi, and some of you taking note of the YouTube channel and wanting to take a look. So I appreciate all of that, and I appreciate just meeting you guys as friends. So please do keep in touch. If you have any questions ever, of course, just ping me on the channel via a direct message or via the comments, and I'll try and answer to the best of my ability. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.